Now, I thought I'd do a little series on how I've done the backdrops to the videos, because every time I do it, I run into a different little challenge that is probably interesting, and I find it a lot easier to make the videos if I can trick myself into thinking I'm a backdrop producer / promoter. Now, I thought, while I did a video on the Star Wars prequels, it'd be nice to have a shitty green screen backdrop as reference to the shitty green screen backdrops of the Star Wars prequels. As it turns out, I did a better job than they did in Attack of the Clones. I'm not really going to talk about the background itself because it's shit. I didn't really think it through. I meant to. You can see there's like these white cubes driving along in the background. I meant to go in and replace those with vehicles, but I never got around to it. So we're not going to talk about that. I'll probably make a video at some point on green screen, but for now, you can either do a basic green screen key, your sort of regular streamer level, picking the color green and going, that's good enough. Or you can start to clean it up, use a combination of key cleaning, denoising, algorithmic refining, masking, spill reduction. So you end up with a nice big stack of effects that all work together to give you a really tidy key. And you can combine those in different ways. And the problem with that is that I wanted to key a 10-minute video, and I wanted to have it render out, pretty quickly. So I couldn't really do that. The other way is to do a soft key, which is where you don't actually make the green area entirely transparent. That window is actually like 50% transparent, and then I've made the background so bright that it shines through. The benefit of that is that you get those nice edges on the hair and stuff pretty easily. The downside is it's not a perfect key. The upside is it's pretty fucking close, and it's like low effort, and it renders out really quickly. The one thing that I did do to make that key look nicer is a bit of light wrap, where I actually took the lighting of the background and had that eat away at the edges of the green screen. But that's it for the green screening itself. It's very low effort, but it's pretty good. So I planned to do that all in advance, and I was feeling really great about that, but I ran into a pretty big problem. I like to have this on autofocus, so I can kind of move around and I'm going to be in focus, but there's really tight focal distance, so you can see the background's nice and blurry, and it gives it a sort of energy that I don't naturally have. And that means that the background is changing blur and scale as I move around. Of course, the backdrop isn't just going to blur and scale by itself. The normal approach would be to keyframe every movement and match it, but I wasn't going to do that for an 11-minute video. So instead, what I did, and I'm pretty happy about this, I took the color of the edge of that black line there, and as I move around, it sort of blends with the colors around it, so it becomes lighter. So I could take the lightness of that point in the frame, and the blacker it was, the more in focus it was, the whiter it was, the more out of focus it was. So I used that as a percentage slider to control the blur and scale. And that's what I used for all 3 of the Attack of the Clones videos.